this is the thing, right? Look, I say it again. Look, I'm only winding people up about Spurs, right? You're a big football club. You know you are. I just don't understand how you can be consistently angry about things that you know are never going to change because they haven't been different for 40 to 50 years.
They're a what football club, Terry? Did you say a what?
They're a big football club. They're not. Hang on. Yeah, they're big. They're not in the sense that Chelsea, Arsenal are giants. The fact that Man United, Liverpool, Real Madrid are gigantic, are absolutely magnificent. They're big.
They're in the elites.
They're top 10. They're like 8th or something.
I mean, on revenue, they're up there, but I just don't. I never quite get the anger. I never quite get where the anger stems from.
I think the anger this season stems from the fact that the difference is so stark between 10 games in this season and 10 games in last season. I think that is what makes it so intense currently. Like, Henry, I don't know if you'd agree with that, because obviously there were talks, are Tottenham going to, they're going to finish top 4? Is this the new Tottenham?
They had the best everyone. Basuma's the best this, Sarah's this,
Tottenham back. That was my favourite. You finished, Nina.
They were. Hey, I swear, some of the fan base were even hyping Richarlison last season. Come on now, you
guys called him R9. They called him R9.
Yeah, you deserve everything you get. You deserve everything.
Can I say one thing though?
Sorry, Nina. Did you finish your point, Nina? Sorry, I didn't want to.
Yeah, I just.
You did. Okay, sorry, I didn't want everyone to talk over you. Sorry, I apologize. Go on, Gal. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, Nina. I think Ange is going to get sacked. And the reason why I think he's going to get sacked is because Tottenham fans, they do this thing where when they win a game or get points off Aston Villa, they beat Man City, they get super excited. But then what happens is they go and gift Crystal Palace and Ipswich points. And those kind of results, the inconsistencies of the highs and the lows, gives them hope that they can go and get top 4, and then crashes them back down to reality. Immediately they drop back. Right? Yeah, back to reality. So that inconsistency comes down to two things. One, they always concede first versus these teams that they're supposed to be beating. And that shows, like, straight out the gate that they're not managed correctly coming out the gate.
And then they play better when they're 2 goals down already.
And then they end up playing better sometimes and come back, or they end up losing 1-0 and they can't score a goal. And then you look at their players, they all rate their players. They rate their defenders. They rate their new signings.
And they overrate them. They get Romero was better than Saliba on Saturday. Remember that one?
And then it comes down to a situation where they start to believe their team is on par with teams that are much better than them. And then it only comes down to one thing now: the manager's inability to change the games when they go into losing.
We need Will on this show, Terry. We need the other Will.
I know that Spurs fans, my dad has just messaged me. He's obviously watching. He just said, "Fuck you, son. You're adopted." So thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. I always say, though, that's why I have the best dad in the world. All me and my brothers think he had 5 boys. We all love football, and he told us all, please don't support Spurs. So, and that was in the 90s. He said that. He let 2 of my brothers pick Orient over Spurs. That just tells me a lot. By the way, we've got a poll running at the moment asking how good Phil Foden has been this year. The options are yes, has Foden played well this season? The options are yes, amazing. Yes, he's been good. Just about average, and he has been poor. 10% of the vote has said he's been good. 24% of the vote says that he's been amazing. 35% says about average, and 33% has been poor. So essentially, it's very even between good and amazing and everything else. So right now, it's neck and neck. We have some super chats here I want to go to. First one says, I know there's this Dutch coach who's just been sacked and is available. Ten Hag to Spurs.
Hey,
no, I'd rather keep
my guy wins trophies.
That is the problem, though. True. All jokes aside, if we sack Ange, what do the club turn to now? Because we've tried to win now, manager. We've tried a quote unquote project.
Bruv,
that's my point.
There are hundreds of managers of Spurs' level available in the world.
Okay, but
hundreds.
So
they don't know their level
right now.
That's the issue here.
Would you say, Terry?
You man ain't shopping for a Bugatti, you're shopping for a Ford Fiesta, bruv. They're everywhere.
And if you get a brand new one, Henry, you should be gassed, backflips, cartwheels, all sorts, bro. You might
get like little Fiesta Finesse with some alloy wheels. Do you know what I mean?
Harry, you'll be getting another message from your dad.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one that's Ange out though. I see Patrick Tyler saying he's Ange out.
Listen, if we lose to City, we're going to be 13th. The tide will turn then massively. If we beat City, we're up to about 5th or 6th. You can't beat that.
When's your quarter-final
You know
match?
you are.
No, I think they're going to beat City. Though. I think they beat City and make it 5 on the bounce for City. They'll win that game and they'll be singing, "We've got Tottenham back," and it'll be great.
Now, funny enough,
and you know the best part is Tottenham just lost 2 games to Ipswich and Galatasaray, and then they're gonna beat City, and then they're gonna lose again the following week to Fulham.
I love Spurs, man. You lot are sensational stuff.
Sorry, Will.
No, I was saying I actually do think that Tottenham win the League Cup this season. The Carabao Cup.
Based on...
And I think it'll probably be Arsenal versus Tottenham. Like, I don't know. I feel like
they're definitely losing then. They're definitely losing.
Can you imagine?
They're definitely losing that final.
Hang on. I get you today, but look, you're forgetting a stuff. Can you imagine League Cup final, Arsenal-Tottenham, and Tottenham stop Arteta winning a trophy? The memes.
I'm flying in, bro. Terry, I'm flying in.
He's feasting for years.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think some people would say that's a sackable offense.
What do you mean, some people, bro? The whole fan base. Are you joking about some people? Wait, you're actually on the fence about that, aren't you?
I think the whole top 6 community would say sack Arteta. Anybody that lets Spurs win a trophy deserves to be sacked. I think it's one of them ones. Like, it's nice them winning nothing. It's fun. Some more super chats here. Expressions is the most angry a Spurs fan. Should he be questioned too? Oh, I don't know what you mean by questioned. He's brilliant. He's funny. He should become a national. You know, you get those blue plaques put on buildings in England. Expression should get a blue plaque and be left alone. That's all I'm going to say on expressions. What do Spurs fans want is to win a trophy. Your manager said he wins a trophy in his 2nd season. You knock City out. Have faith in your manager.
Hang on, that is completely not a bollocks, because the 1st season we got knocked out of the League Cup by Fulham's fucking reserves. So if he don't win a trophy this season on his 2nd season, well, we got 4 opportunities. We're meant to be the favourites for the Europa League at the moment. Who wants to bet that we're not going to win the Europa League?
Sorry about my laugh, but you ain't the favourites for the Euro. God, turn it in.
365 and tell me who's favourite.
You need to share that on this stream right now, Henry. You need to share that stat right here, right now. What?
Galatasaray.
When Osimhen leaves Galatasaray in January, they're going to plummet.
I thought you said that he was staying for the whole season. I swear, he just said that.
He's registered to stay until somebody else.
Until Chelsea start flirting with him and say, "Look, there's 300 grand a week. Let's go."
In fairness, the bookmakers in the UK have Spurs as the favourites, followed by Man United, followed by Bilbao, followed by Lazio. But that's based on people in the UK's betting patterns, and the way they're writing off a lot of those other teams in there is crazy. Spurs, like, Bilbao will knock you out. Lazio will knock you out. United, we
haven't been that great this season.
Yeah, but it's you, bruv. I'm sorry. I don't mean it horribly.
How do we get out of this? Like, we're never going to win anything for the remainder of my life, because I might as well start supporting Billericay Town. Do it. No, you made it. Guys, I don't want to run out of time on the show. This here says, so we can't critique the PFA Player of the Year not creating enough chances for the best striker in the world. He's arguably the best for the best team in Europe. That's for you, Nobbins.
The data doesn't agree with you, nor does the eye test.
No, respond to this actual super chat, Nobbins. No. Forget all that. No. Respond specifically to what he asked you, bro.
That is a response.
Okay, well, I did. Okay. So, comma, understood. We can't critique the PFA Player of the Year. Of course you can. For not creating enough chances. You're specifically talking about creation by the pass. Well, that is incorrect based on this season. For the best striker in the world and arguably the best team in Europe. That is my response to every single aspect of that sentence, Kunle. I hope that is agreeable to you.
Appreciate you. Thanks.
Soft spot for Spurs needs to be doubters to believers. What? Soft spot for Spurs need to be doubters to believers.
He's got a soft spot.
He's got a soft spot. I was talking about my soft spot. I'll be honest with you, when you guys came back in that Champions League semi-final, because of my dad, and I was like, oh my God, they could win a Champions League for my dad. I was very emotional that night. When they lost the final, I laughed so hard at him.
Didn't you call him live on stream? I think you called him live on stream.
I did call my dad. Yeah, I did. I've always gotten well with Spurs fans and stuff. It was just the way Spurs fans turned on me a few years ago for saying Arsenal would finish more than 10 points ahead of them. I got I got death threats, and I think you guys finished like 23 points ahead of them. I was like, oh no. Southgate, Tottenham manager, that's your level, bruv.
That would fit like a glove.
Oh, brilliant. Bridesmaids. What actual hashtags does Foden have? Numbers. Sorry. Numbers. Dumb. Sorry, I'm thick. I'm silly. I don't know off the top of my head. I thought I'll see if I don't like Foden. I think he's a bit overrated, but Gal's takes are insane. The pictures in the group chat, the Top 6 group chat of a Gal's cooking, I've never seen. Go look, this hilarious. Staffy put it in there. It's marvelous. 16 out of 20. 16 out of 10, sorry, says Gal slandering Foden, who has stepped up in multiple big games for City at the top level, but defends Sir Limps a lot, who bottled yet another big game.
Don't bring Saka down. He's a wonderful player. Don't bring Saka down.
I see.
Were they talking about Saka? They didn't send any names in there, Nobbin. So.
He says Sir Limps a lot.
We can't assume.
We know who's talking about. And I don't buy that, by the way. I'll repeat. I think Saka's been the best player in the league this season so far.
There we go. Speaking of Saka and Arsenal.